Das Boot. Alright, there we go. Let's pretend that didn't happen. It didn't happen? Alright, stream, here we go. That was a bit awkward. I booted the wrong person, but okay. Stream would ideally be a little bit better organized than it is. Unfortunately, some family stuff has come up. I'm lucky to have gotten here in time to stream at all. But this is the kickoff of the AGLA season. Notorious versus Hybrid Theory. Two very solid teams, at least on paper. Notorious, probably one of my... Oh, that's Rainbows, who's so interesting. Okay. I saw another person in the host box, immediately panicked, thought it was a player. It wasn't. I also should point out, for some reason, my Twitch chat isn't working, so I can't see all your lovely chat box comments. I'm just going to assume that RDG is in there asking random questions. It's probably a safe assumption. Anyway, Notorious with the ball here. They immediately are in a good position to make something happen. Runner trying to make things happen on his own. Martin and Silva leading the tanking charge. This looks good. Hybrid Theory able to do nothing to stop it. And Notorious will get the first score of the AGLA season. So a little bit of a defensive breakdown there for Hybrid Theory. It seemed like they had a couple players in position to make a play, but they just weren't in the correct position to do so. And honestly, that is something that kind of just comes with chemistry. And when you've got a brand new team that has just been bid on and hasn't really played together before, that's issues that are going to come up, issues that hopefully will be resolved towards the end of the season. However, Hybrid Theory, they will get the ball off the tip-off here. So we'll see if they are able to rebound here, get the momentum back in this game. In a scrim that was streamed on this channel, I believe, a week ago, when Hybrid Theory played One Hit Wonders, they were actually doing a fairly decent job with the ball. They were able to take possession, basically 4 guys, 1 ball. It is odd as that sounds, considering you've got 2 very solid tanks in Snipe and Ace Be Silent on this team. Sorry. You would think that they wouldn't need to 4 guys, 1 ball down the court, but they were able to do so, and I mean, whatever works. However, right there, they did not 4 guys, 1 ball. Instead, Runner got a little bit aggressive. He did get punished for it. Notorious with the ball now, and with a decent push over here. 2 tanks taken out, Silva the only one alive. The ball goes back. There is a Hybrid Theory dangerously close, but Martin's going to come up and take care of him before anything bad can happen. And Notorious will maintain possession. They're going to try and make a reset happen. Runner in some trouble. 2 swords chasing him. He's forced to pass it back to Martin. And Notorious will try something over there at the far side. Pass back to, I'm assuming, Easy. Actually, it isn't Easy. No, they're having Godless run, I believe. Interesting decision. I suppose it does make sense. Easy definitely can tank. It just one of those players whose running skill is so good that it would be silly not to have him run the ball. And right there, having Godless run the ball, and it did not work out for him. He did get a whiff, and that will lead to a turnover for Hybrid Theory. They are in really good position. Tanks all over the pad. Notorious is able to do nothing to stop it, and we are tied 1-1. My Twitch chat still isn't working. Good to know. Tip-off Hybrid Theory will get the ball again. However, Notorious has pretty good pressure on the runner right off the bat. And that is Easy trying to get in there, get a sword in the runner. Runner is forced to throw it over into the corner, but Martin's going over there to be able to pick it up. Easy doing some work. He is quickly taken out, though. Silva trying to finish the job. He can't do it. Runner is forced to throw it back, but that will still be a turnover for Notorious. They have possession. Runner could be in some trouble there. Sword chasing him down dangerously close to his own pad, but his tank's able to come up there and save the day. Runner trapped in the corner. He is forced to throw that out. That ball is dangerously close to Notorious's pad. It got hammered by a Hybrid Theory player, though, so Notorious possibly dodging a bullet there. That could have been very deadly if Hybrid Theory was able to take possession off that. However, Notorious with the ball, they are able to get some space to work with, pushing up over here at the near side. Runner being forced backwards. There's sword chasing him. All of his tanks are down. He is forced to retreat behind his tanking line. And Notorious not able to get much going here. Silva doing some work over there in the middle, but Runner is being chased by a Hybrid Theory player who is finally taken out by Martin, I believe. And now Notorious all 3 tanks up. They're going to try and push over there at the far side. Runner actually leading ahead of his tanks. but not so much so that he isn't able to escape. Notorious being forced to reset here. They are a little bit backed up right now, which is a bit interesting considering they have done some really solid tank work these past couple of rounds. However, obviously, when you are tanking against ASP Silent and Snipe Down, out-tanking them is really no small feat. Notorious in great position to get a score here, and they are able to do so. Hybrid Theory trying to get the last second hammer in there, but not able to do so. So after 3 rounds, we are up 2-1 Notorious. Hybrid Theory will see if we can if they can answer this goal like they did last time. And it looks like Hybrid Theory will control a tip-off yet again. I think they've got it every round except for the first round. Interesting, they actually don't have host. Rambos, who's over here in the host box with me, does have host. He is on Hybrid Theory, but he is neutral hosting for all purposes of this game. So obviously a host is not the reason why they are able to get these tip-offs. A couple of Notorious players trying to get in there on the runner. Silva looking for the stop. Runner's forced to retreat. However, Silva is still chasing him. He's finally going to turn around and deal with some tanks, and he will be taken care of. Now Godless trying to shoot the gap, get the runner. I don't know why the runner is running away from all 3 of his tanks, but he did. Now in a little bit of trouble, he is able to evade Martin long enough for his tanks to take care of him, though. However, they're not going to try and push over here at the near side. 2 tanks up for them. And they are quickly taken out. Silva and Martin completely wrecking that push. Runner forced to retreat. Hybrid 3 going to try and reset back here, but Notorious putting a lot of pressure on him. Runner being trapped in the corner. 3 Notorious players chasing after him. Easy finally left and went over to the far side. That could have been dangerous if they decided to pass over to the near side. So Hybrid 3 actually has a push going. All 3 tanks are up for them, pushing at the middle of the court. Yep, there are still 2. I thought there was only 1. Didn't see the second one. However, there are too many Notorious players, so the runner's not going to be able to get to him. He is going to be forced to wait for his tanking line to spawn again. Looks like my Twitch chat might finally be working. We'll see if my tablet can load it up. I really hope it can. I'm not counting on it. Hybrid 3 in some trouble there. There's a little bit of teleporting going on. Godless trying to get the lunge, but he will get punched. I believe it's actually Silent running, which is a little bit interesting. No, it isn't Silent running. Never mind. The one downside to invisible walls, you can't see who's running. Yes, Piggy's on a killing spree there. However, Runner is forced backwards. There was a mutual there, so no tanks remaining. He has to wait for his tank line to come back up. All 3 up now, but Notorious is holding fast here at mid-court. Godless trying to get in a stop on the runner. He will get challenged by tanks and mutualed. And Hybrid 3 able to clear out Notorious players on their side. They're going to try and reset this push yet again. And once again, this is a team that can 4 guys 1 ball. It's not a team that you would think would need to 4 guys 1 ball down the court because of their lineup, but they are able to do so. And this looks good. Indeed, it is a score. Just, I don't even think the runner had to punch to get in there. Just was able to kind of evade all the Notorious players. Nice play by him. So 4 rounds, we are tied up 2 apiece. Looking at the scores, Hybrid 3 is actually out-tanking Notorious, which is a bit surprising. It seemed like Notorious was out-tanking them, but apparently not, honestly, when you think about it. Silent and Snipe on the same team, that isn't as surprising. And Notorious might actually get the ball off the tip here. This ball is being hammered back towards their side. There is a Hybrid 3 with a chance at it, but he will get taken out by Martin. So Notorious will indeed have the possession to start off this 5th round. Runner trapped in the corner. He's able to get a nice punch there. Able to get a second punch on a hammer. And he will immediately pass that back to Godless. And now Notorious going to go on the offensive here. Going to try and take the lead back yet again. Easy doing some work up over there in Hybrid 3's side of the court. Runner having some issues getting to him. There's 2 players behind him. Easy will get taken out before the runner can get there, and now he is forced to pass it back. Notorious going to try and reset here. They have a couple Hybrid 3 players pushing in on their own territory. Moose doing some tanking work there in the middle of the court. That guy was helping out his team there with a punch on Piggies. And Notorious immediately going to try and push again. All 3 tanks up for them. Never mind, that's just 2. Now 1. Easy, the only one up. He will get bonked. Runner in some trouble. He will be forced to pass it back. No, he doesn't pass it back. Instead, he fakes the stiff arm and runs out of there. Not what I would have done, but hey, it worked. I got in some trouble there. Sword trying to get on him. He will get that punch. 2 more tanks closing in on him, though. He is forced to run over to the far side. Notorious under a lot of pressure right now. Easy and Martin, though, doing some tanking work to kind of clear out their own zone, get themselves some space to work with here and try and get this push going. All 3 tanks up now for Notorious. They're going to try and push as a team again. Martin doing some work over here in the middle of the court. He is taken out. Runner trying, Silva going to come in there and take out the sword, chasing down the runner. But no other tanks remain for Notorious. Runner forced to back up and reset the push again. Runner in a lot of pressure, 3 tanks pushing in on him. He is forced to pass over to the far side. This could be a bad position for Hybrid Theory if Notorious decides to go for it, but they do not. And that gives Hybrid Theory enough time to get over here to the near side. I'm trying to open my Twitch chat while streaming. It's not working. I am not adept at multitasking, like half my generation. Notorious in some trouble here. Runner is able to get a nice punch there, though, and Easy's going to come up here and deal with the other tank. All 3 tanks up now for Notorious. They are going to try and push down the court over there at the far side. However, Runner does have a defender in the way. He is able to get the punch. Another one chasing him backwards. He's going to have to wait for Silva to come up here and deal with him. And while that happens, Easy is taken out. They're going to have to wait for the reset again. 2 tanks up now for Notorious. We're going to try and get some space to work with and maybe push, but not much happening. AGLA continuing to help out his team there with the punch on ASP Silent. And no, I'm not sure what's going on here. Nobody has spawned. Godless is the only one on the court. Godless and Easy are the only ones on the court right now. I think we're lagging. Okay. Don't know what happened there. Still teleporting, going around everywhere. I am completely confused as to what's going on. Someone tell me what happened. However, Notorious still with possession here, and I can't see any Hybrid Theory players. They are porting everywhere, and just dead bodies just randomly appearing. Really not sure how to describe what's going on here other than lag. However, Notorious does seem to be using it to their advantage. They're going to try and get in here. Our runner did get popped over his pad, though. Looks like in Hybrid Theory with possession. Easy on a killing spree. That text box on the side is all I can use for commentary at this point because I have no idea what's going on. A couple Hybrid Theory players just kind of standing there, it seems. Either that or they're lagging hardcore. Either one is a very possible solution. It is important to note that the current AGLA rules do very much encourage teams to play through lag whenever possible. And to be fair as well, it could very well just be my connection as well. Obviously, I am streaming it and in the game at the same time. And my connection has been known at my home has been known to be a little bit inconsistent. Still some teleporting going on, but things seem to be a little bit cleaner. Knock on wood. Now Hybrid Theory with possession over there at the far side. Still lots of teleporting going down, but we can at least somewhat follow the action right here. Hybrid Theory player going in. There are a bunch of players in his way. He is forced to back out. That was Silent. He gets stopped. Notorious going to take possession off that. A couple Hybrid Theory players still back in the poor position there. Passed backwards. Another turnover. I don't know how. So Hybrid Theory with possession. They are backed up at their own wall. Notorious putting heavy pressure on them. Does seem like the connection has cleared up. That is a good thing. Let's hope it stays that way for the remainder of the game. However, Notorious, that's going to be a costly turnover. They are dangerously close to Hybrid Theory's pad. Runner trying to get in there on his own, but too many players in the way. He's going to have to wait for Easy to come up here and try and clear out some of the players, but it's not enough. There is a defender chasing him back. He will be forced to pass that backwards to himself. So actually, I'm not even sure that pass was necessary. I suppose it's always better to be safe than sorry, but in that particular case, I mean, there was really no opportunity for the runner to get up there and get behind his tanks for that push if it were to happen. Instead, Notorious is going to have to reset here. And immediately runner under some pressure. 2 tanks trying to chase him down. Martin's going to come up there and deal with them. Sword trying to get in from behind, but Martin will take care of him. No, Martin won't. Silva will be there with a sword to help him out. Runner gets popped back by a Hybrid Theory hammer. Not enough damage to kill, however, and Notorious maintaining possession. Martin doing some work over here at the pad. He will finally get taken out. Looks like that was Snipe. Pass over to the far side. All 3 tanks up for Notorious. Never mind, that's 2. Then they're going to try and push over there at the far side. Martin leading the charge. However, a runner is forced to pass backwards due to incoming defenders. And though Martin was doing some work over there in enemy territory, runner not able to get there due to the defense pressure. Runner getting the stiff over here. Gala seems to be pretty liberal with the stiff arms. However, he is landing pretty much all of them, so can't complain too much. He is definitely helping out his tanking push here, and he could have an opportunity here, but no, too many players spawning in. He is forced to get out of there and pass it back. Again, always better to be conservative. Particularly when you're at that wall, it's always tempting to go for that score when you're at the other team's wall, but with how fast players respond in Halo 4, usually you're not going to have enough time to get in. Much better to stay back, keep possession, and wait for the next big push. And Notorious, they have caught a couple of Hybrid players, Theory players in bad position, but there are enough and still in good position to stop the runner, and he is forced to pass that one backwards. Hybrid Theory lucky to get out of that one unscathed. If that runner had gotten a stiff or his tank got 1 or 2 key kills there, that could have very easily have been a score. And once again, Notorious is going to be forced to wait for their tanking line to come back up and reset this push. Godless able to get a couple of stiff arms here to hold the line. That is one of the advantages of having a more aggressive ball runner. He is able to get those stiff arms and just kind of keep the other team's tanking line, kind of keep them contained at midcourt, keep them from kind of getting in on your own zone and putting in pressure. Obviously, the risks to that are pretty obvious. I mean, when you go for stiff arms, there's always the risk of getting neutraled or whiffing the stiff, so the more stiff arms you use, the more likely that is to happen. However, the really good aggressive runners are able to land their stiff arms almost all the time, and it's not as much of a risk for them. Notorious now with the ball over there at the far side of the court. Martin, the only tank alive, though. Runner is going to be forced to throw it backwards. Just not enough space to make anything happen. I actually don't know where the ball is. The indicator is lagging hardcore. It does look like a Notorious player picked it up. Once again, Martin doing some good tank work over there, and I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised since I teamed with him for several seasons. Hashtag ZL for life. But I mean, Martin is probably one of the most underrated tanks in the league, and I think a big part of that, he did take quite a few years off. He was a huge tank back in the Halo 3 days for Zero Logic. Came back in Halo 4, kept up where he left off. I don't know if he's as strong a tank as he was back in Halo 3, but he is definitely a better overall player. And he is definitely a solid pickup for Notorious here, particularly considering that they got him for only a couple of credits. Runner in some trouble there. He was able to get one stiff arm. He's going to be able to keep the other one at bay long enough for Silva to get up there and get the mutual. Now Notorious is going to try and get some space to make something happen. A couple Hybrid Theory players still pushing into their zone. And they're doing a pretty good job at keeping any push from happening here. Martin able to hold the line for a little while, but not going to happen. Runner gets hammered backwards, but there's too many players in the way for him to make anything happen. That pass is dangerous, and it is intercepted. Hybrid Theory getting the turnover. Pretty good job being patient on defense there, waiting for the mistake to happen and capitalizing on it. So now Hybrid Theory with a ball, they're going to try and make something happen to break this tie. And as we've seen, as this seems to be very common in a lot of games, but it always does seem like the team that is on offense has a lot more trouble pushing in just because they have a runner and one less tank. However, Hybrid Theory doing a decent job here. All tanks are finally taken out. We're going to try and hold the line, but too many players. He is forced to backpedal. Godless shooting the gap, trying to get in there. He will get taken out by a tank. I believe that was Piggy's getting that kill. Martin now trying to shoot the gap. He's actually able to get a mutual on that tank. He did see him coming up behind on his radar. I'm not sure what he was trying to do, just jump over and bonk him from behind or something. Don't exactly know what happened, but a mutual is what ended up happening. Nice double there by Snipe down to kind of give his team some space to work with here, and they are on a push just like that. 2 tanks up for them. Notorious trying to hold fast. And the runner is being forced backwards by Easy. He whiffs. That's going to be costly, and Notorious will take possession here. Guileless running over to pick up the ball. Nice defensive stop there by Easy. Costly mistake by the runner, missing that punch, but again, Easy's sword, pretty dangerous. It's always something you do need to watch out for. However, in that particular case, I mean, stiff arm was a little bit unnecessary. You did have two tanks right there to take him out for him. And in that particular case, it was costly for them. It led to a turnover. Immediately, Notorious is going to try and make something happen. They have two tanks over there at the far side, but Runner's not going to be able to get over there. There is a player in his way. Guileless going to try and deal with him. He will mutual him. However, while he does that, the two tanks forward are taken out. So Notorious will have to get some space and reset. That was a dangerous stiff arm right on his own pad. If he got stopped, that could have very easily been a score for Hybrid Theory, but he was able to get that stiff arm. A very nice punch for him. And that's going to be a stop. Luckily for Hybrid Theory, that ball goes straight back to their pad. Easy was actually almost in position to pick that up and get the score, but didn't happen. Hybrid Theory able to pick that up before anything bad could happen. So now Hybrid Theory with another chance at possession here. They did a pretty good job tank-wise last time they were on offense. So if they can keep that going without the runner making any costly mistakes again, they could be in very good shape here. Tanking not as impressive that time, though. All his tanks taken out. There is a bunch of teleporting going on here. And I believe a pass happened. Yes, it looks like a pass happened over to the far side. I can see a bunch of Hybrid Theory players heading over in that direction. Indeed, there was a pass. Guileless in a position to maybe do something to the runner. He has pulled a sword. Runner does see him, though, and Guileless will miss the lunge, gets punched. Silva now trying to get the stop. He will also get punched. A nice job there by Moose. Getting a couple punches there to hold the line, wait for his tanking line to come back up, but his tanking line did not live for long, immediately being forced backwards again by Guileless and Silva. And Runner is under some pressure here. Easy and Silva both closing in on him in the corner. He is forced to pass it over here. Ball actually rolled on a ball hop there for a little bit. Not something you usually see. So Hybrid Theory really backed up here. Right directly beneath us, in fact. However, oh, this could be dangerous. Runner is going to get hammered, and he is able to run that in for the score. Just evading three Notorious players. And that is one of the dangers of trying to stop the runner with the hammer. I mean, if he rides your hammer waves the right way, he can head straight to your pad. And that's exactly what happened there. So Hybrid Theory, they have their first lead of the game. They are up 3-2 after being down 1-0 and 2-1. Notorious with a pickup here. Runner gets popped straight up, but not enough damage to kill. He's able to throw that back to his team. Guileless with the pickup, and now Notorious going to try and answer. Runner backed up in the corner here. He is able to ride a hammer out of there. Runner, another defender trying to get a sword on him, but he's able to evade that, pass it back to his team. Sorry about that. I'm attempting to open my Twitch chat. However, I am, once again, not good at multitasking. Silva doing some work over here in Hybrid Theory territory. He is able to hold the line long enough for Easy to get up there and continue the tank work, but both of them are taken out pretty quickly. And immediately Notorious going to be forced backwards yet again. Oh, there we go. Let's see if the Twitch chat will finally open for me. In the meantime, though, Notorious getting a decent tanking push over at the far side. As soon as I commented on it, it got completely stopped by Hybrid Theory, and they are going to be forced to reset. Runner under some pressure here. Defender trying to get in on him. Barton coming in from behind, but doesn't need to. The runner will get that stiff arm, no problem. And Notorious going to attempt to push over here to the near side now. Silva and Easy leading the tanking charge over in the middle of the court. Now all three tanks up for Notorious. Going to try and push. Two tanks now, one tank. Runner is going to help out Silva with a stiff arm there, but still too many players for him to stop. He is forced to retreat. Notorious all 2 tanks up for them again. They're going to try and push as a team, and this looks promising. However, Hybrid Theory holding fast. Easy the only tank alive now, but he is doing work. I believe that's 3 kills for him. He is taking out Runner, is trying to make it happen on his own. Not going to happen. And that is a very nice lunge there by ASP Silent to get the turnover and possession for Hybrid Theory. So now they have the ball. They're going to try and get the first 2-goal lead of the game. Oh, hey, my Twitch chat works. Hooray. Runner in a lot of trouble, though. If you want a 2-goal lead, that's not how you do it. Don't know why he didn't pass it back there, because even if he got that punch, he was just going to get sorted in the back. So that is going to be a turnover for Notorious. They have the ball. Runner trying to make something happen on his own. Not going to happen, and that's an interception. I can't see who that was. Snipe Down getting that interception, the pass back, but not enough distance. Went straight to Snipe Down. That is a play, and Hybrid Theory with the ball. We will see if they can capitalize on the turnover. Easy trying to get the stop. He'll get punched. Silva trying to come up here and get the stop as well, but Tank is going to keep him busy. However, while this is happening, 2 Hybrid Theory tanks going deep. Runner is able to come up and get to them. All 4 tanks up for Notorious, though. They are trying to hold fast, and indeed they will. Runner is being forced backwards. 1 tank still for Hybrid Theory. He will finally get taken out. And Hybrid Theory being forced to reset. Wait for their tanking line here. Silva not in a great position to maybe get a stop here. He will get taken out. So 3 tanks up for Hybrid Theory over there. At the far side, this could be promising. 2 tanks over there at the wall. Notorious doing a pretty good job of holding fast. Runner trying to get in, and he will get that by a matter of inches. So Hybrid Theory taking the first 2-goal lead of the game. They are up 4-2. This is a game point situation for them. Shout out to Fury. Again, I only just got my Twitch chat to work, so that's my excuse. So Notorious taking possession here. They need to make something happen here before Hybrid Theory can get any more goals here. Obviously, next goal will win it for them. And immediately, not off to a great start. Hybrid Theory all over them at their own wall. And this ball is going to go straight to Hybrid Theory, but Easy is able to get the hammer on him. They've got it, and immediately going on the offensive. Easy doing some work over there at the wall. He will get taken out. Silva coming in to try and finish the job. Being joined by Martin. Silva taken out. Runner is going to be forced backwards. However, Notorious maintaining possession. They were able to clear out the Hybrid Theory players from their own wall. So, not all. Something did come from that push. However, that is going to be a turnover. That was Moose, I believe, getting the stop, and immediately Hybrid Theory has the ball. They only need 1 more goal to win the game, so Notorious need to have the top defense right here. Yes, Moose is too good. Hybrid Theory doing a pretty good job over here. There was a single tank holding the line for quite a while. He's being joined by a second one now. And Hybrid Theory going to try and get this game point here, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Notorious holding fast. However, that 1 tank there refuses to die. I wish I could see his name so I know who he is, but... Oh, that was ASP Silent. Okay. I probably should have just assumed that. Hybrid Theory, this looks good for them. They've got 2 tanks all over Notorious's wall, and they are getting the score. Hybrid Theory will take the first game of the season. So again, a very close game. Those first four rounds, obviously, Notorious going up to 1-0 and then 2-1 leads. But then Hybrid Theory able to get on a bit of a roll there, score 4 straight goals, sorry. And they are actually going to get the tip off here. So Hybrid Theory, with possession, they're going to try and keep this streak going. That is 4 straight goals. I actually didn't even believe it was 4 straight goals for a moment there, but indeed it was. It was 2-1 Notorious, and then Hybrid Theory scoring 4 straight to get the win. That was a dangerous pass, and still is able to capitalize on it. Gets the hammer stop, and Notorious going to take possession, but immediately under some pressure. Runner trying to make things happen on his own. Gets a couple nice stiff arms. And he doesn't need tanks. He decides he's going to go in there on his own, and he actually might do it. 1 punch, 2 punches. Watch his back, and he will get it. Tanks are overrated. That runner 3 punches to get into the goal. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Blackhawks have the game tied. That is fantastic.
Okay.
So Hybrid Theory with possession over here. Looks like Pink will be joining us for commentary on the second game. I don't remember the matchup off the top of my head. 3-2 Blackhawks, please. Please. Really? Did the Blackhawks just win? Really? Pim said now 3-2, but I don't know whose team is first.
Blackhawks are losing.
Huh?
Blackhawks are losing.
No, they're not.
Lost. I don't know. No, they're losing.
What's the score?
1-2.
No, it's not. Because they definitely, I know it's at least 2-2.
Well, then.
But it just happened, so it probably hasn't updated.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
No, it's definitely 2-2.
Fine.
It's at least 2-2. It's 3-2 somebody right now, but I don't know who won.
Well, I'm
Yes, Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup. That is fantastic. As a result, I may need to put a very special song under the Griff Beats playlist. Yep, 3-2 Chicago.
No, mine still says.
How much time left? It's 3-2 Chicago. Your iPod just hasn't updated, okay? Now, Shoo, I'm streaming.
I just updated it!
I'm streaming. Shoo.
No!
Shoo.
What's wrong with my iPod?
Shout out to my sister refusing to believe that the Blackhawks have won.
Matt! Try refreshing the page. Go.
Mine says 3-2.
No, refresh the page, serious.
3-2.
No, that's not the score of the game. The score of the game is 1-2. Yours says it
It's
2.
3-2 with 1 minute left.
Why does it say 1-2?
Because it hasn't updated. They haven't updated the site. Leave. The people in the chat box are watching the game. They know what the score is.
I don't care.
Now leave. I'm streaming. This is the disadvantage of having sisters.
Actually, it's quite an advantage.
That was them knocking off my headset, if you could hear that. So anyway, my sisters claim they're Blackhawks fans, yet refuse to believe that the Blackhawks have won because their iPod says so. Yep, Blackhawks have won the Stanley Cup. That is fantastic. Someone please get Bacon Fidets. Please. Please. He's going to be raging on Twitter. Yes, my roommate was so much better. So anyway, looks like nothing happened while I was distracted for about 5 minutes. That's good. That's good. Professional stream right here. However, it is the Blackhawks in the Stanley Cup playoffs, so it is perfectly acceptable. Oh, and that is a lunge and a half. That was sniped down getting that lunge on Major Silva, and immediately lag happening. Just porting, it seems. Hybrid Theory with the ball here. They are going to try and make something happen, but runner is in a lot of pressure, I think. I can't tell. And I don't even know who has the ball anymore. That's who has the ball, alright. Oh wow, it is actually almost time for the next game. I didn't even notice that. I blame Silva. I was actually expecting that the stream would be waiting on me because I was running late getting home because of family stuff, but yep. Shittown. So anyway, since not much is happening here, I figure it might be a good time to talk about RTX, because that is coming up in less than 2 weeks. Again, that is 4th of July weekend, the 5th through the 7th, I believe. And obviously, for those of you, obviously I'm sure all of you have heard this, but Grifball Hub does have a booth down there at RTX this year. Both Pim in the Crib and myself will be down there representing the AGLA. We'll also be playing in the pro tournament. I believe our team is me, Pimp, Mookow, and Bacon's Fide, I believe. One Hit Wonders and Silent Strike. That's what I thought. I always do this. Secret Society, not Silent Strike. For some reason, I see the acronym SS and think Silent Strike. I don't know why. I don't know why I think that, but every single time I see it, that's the first thing that comes to my head. And I swear to God, in this stream, I'm going to call Secret Society Silent Strike at least once. If I do, someone please come to my house and slap me. Don't actually do that. So it looks like Hybrid Theory might be able to get possession here. Nope, they won't. Notorious going to quickly take out that tank, and they will take possession there. Don't know why the Hybrid Theory player is chasing down the tanks and not the runner that's directly behind him, but he opted to do that, and it's going to lead to a Notorious score. So your final is going to be 5-4 Hybrid Theory. Notorious did a pretty good job of getting those last 2 goals there, but if someone actually manages to find my house and slap me, I will ban you. So anyway, let's look at the stats here. Very quick. Snipe and Silent went positive. What else is new? Moose also went positive there, plus 17. He was all over the court, and that seems to be something we've noticed on this team in general. Piggy is the only player on Hybrid Theory to go negative. She only went negative 22, though. Look at Notorious. Godless went even. Wait. Godless went the least negative, and Martin went the most negative. Well, he's a zero logic player, so that's understandable. I'm actually a bit surprised that Martin is that low on the scoreboard as far as tanking goes. It did seem like he was doing a bit more tank-wise than he was, but no. Alright, Godless with 35 punches there. That's probably why he went even. Moose also getting 16 punches there, so some aggressive running on both sides. You can see Notorious definitely did seem to have more possession time overall. Godless with 12 minutes, while compared to Moose's 9:30. Carrier kills. Notorious definitely seems to have the advantage there. Both Godless and Easy getting 5. They had the most in the game. Moose leading his team with 4, and Silva matching him with 4 as well. So overall, that is a great game by both teams. Teams seem to get out of the lobby pretty quickly. All right. Okay, Crusader. I will stream your game. Send me an invite. Did you send me an invite? You didn't send me an invite. Crusader, send me an invite.